Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, my dear students. Let's continue with the fractions and let me quickly demonstrate you how to subtract the fractions which will have different denominators. Let's look at this question. You know how to handle this question. They both have the same denominator. So it's just a matter of writing down what is 3 minus 2, which is 1. You practice this. This is just very fast review that we are able to do this because they have the same denominator. So it's the same issue with the fractions that doesn't have the same denominator. We're going to find out the least common multiply and then make the both of the fractions with the same denominator and then do the subtraction, and you well practice about the equivalent fractions. So we're going to come up with an equivalent fraction. We're going to change that. We're going to change this and do the subtraction. So how we do that? We're going to look at the denominators 4 and 5. If you remember, we tried this before. They are numbers which doesn't have the same denominator. So 4, let's break this number down. Divide by 2, you will get 2. Divide by 2, you will get 1. How about 5? Divide by 5 only, you will get 1. So none of the numbers, when you break down the number, are the same. None of them are the same. So therefore, there is no option here but to multiply the fractions with the same number here. Let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to multiply everything here by 5. We're going to multiply everything here by 4. And then we're going to have the same denominator here. So 5 times 2 is 10. Divided by 5 times 4 is 20. And subtraction. 4 times 2 is 8. And divided by 4 times 5 is 20. Now you see those are still the same fractions, equivalent fractions, but they just have the same denominator. It just makes the subtraction easier in this case. So the answer is S20, 10 minus 8, this part, 10 minus 8, which is 2. And that's not my final answer yet because I can simplify that. I can simplify that by 2. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 10 is 20. The same numbers cancels out. What's left here is 1 over 10. So, in other words, 2 over 4 minus 2 over 5 is 1 over 10. So now that's been done. I'll do 2 more examples, then you're going to be on your own. No, I'll do just 1 more example. Alright, let's look at this number. There is nothing to simplify here, as you can see. And I need to make sure, in order to do this subtraction, I need to make sure they have the same denominator. So, let's talk about 24. Divide 24 by 2, I'll get 12. By 2, I'll get 6. By 2, I'll get 3. By 3, I'll get 1. So, what makes 24 is 3 times 2 times 2 times 2. So, that's the breakdown of 24. How about 30? Divided by 2, I'll get 15. Divided by 3, I'll get 5. divided by 5, I'll get 1. So let's see which numbers are the same here. We got 1, 2 here, we got 1, 2 there, we got 1, 3 here, we got 3 that, 5 is not there. So, but this is, which number is the biggest one? 24 or 30? 30 is the biggest one. So I know I'm going to multiply the number 30 with the ones being missed from the small number, which is 24. And those are the numbers missed from 24, which are actually 2 times 2. And you need to say that immediately. That is a 4. 2 times 2 is 4. And 30 times 4 means 120. 30 times 4 means 120. 120 is the least common number. In other words, I'm going to have 120 here and subtraction. I'm going to have 120 here and the answer will have 120 here. And now let's see what numbers those would be. Okay, I'm going to clear this part. I'm going to multiply this part. I need to get 24. That needs to be 24. Which number I need to multiply that with? It's 5. But if you don't know and don't know how to get that number, simply you divide 120 by the number you have here, which is 24, equals 5. So you need to multiply this fraction by 5, and you need to multiply this fraction by 4. So this will give you 120, and at the same time that will give you 120. So now let's figure out the numerators. 5 times 5 is 25, and 4 times 7 is 5. 4 times 7 is 28. So let's do the subtraction here. 25 minus 28. What number is that? It's 3. It is 3, but please make sure that it is a minus 3. It is minus 3 divided by 120. And I know that 120 or 12 is also divisible by 3. So that means I am looking at the right answer here. It's just that it's not being simplified. So let's simplify. I'm going to write down 3 as, so remember minus is here, and 120, I'm going to change that, right? So 3, I'm going to write that down as 3 times 1. 120, I'm going to write that down as 3 times 40. And the same numbers, they cancel out each other, and the answer becomes minus 1 divided by 40. So, in other words, 5 over 24 minus 7 over 30 is equal to minus 1 over 40. All right? Let's practice.